What is going on, my people of the planet? I am D Venom, and welcome to another episode of Raising Vibrations Podcast. And speaking of vibrations being raised, my vibrations are to the roof, and I am extremely happy. I will admit, because I try to be as honest with you guys as I possibly can, I did indulge with methamphetamine way earlier today. And this was when the sun was up earlier today. So I did cheat and relapsed. But I have not touched anything since then. And I've been out taking care of business and running errands. And I had to enter into some trigger areas. I didn't have to, but sometimes I like to put myself in trigger areas when I'm going through relapse and trying to reach my sobriety, because those are my tests. And if I can surpass those particular tests, then I can move on to the next phase in regard to my walk with sobriety. And I wasn't triggered by anything. I kept my eyes on the prize in regard to what I came to that area to do, and I accomplished that, and I got the fuck on in regard to my life and my business. So I didn't let anything distract me like I normally would. And so the fact that I didn't give in to temptation really thrills me. And I still have the rest of the night, 7:55. I still have the rest of the night to go. But after I complete this episode, I'm going home and I'm shutting the world out, and I am going to clean up and get rid of some things that are pretty much no longer serving my higher good. Delete porn off my phone. I'm on a rampage. I'm just ridding stuff out of my life that no longer serves my higher good. And the fact that a lot of this is happening naturally, and I'm not forcing anything or stopping anything, I'm just allowing it to happen. It feels good. It's almost like when I converted back. Well, I was always a man when I was dressing as a woman or not. But it's when I pretty much stopped dressing as a woman and just allowed myself to be me. And it was easy transition. It was an easy transition. I just allowed it to happen. And before I knew it, I was pretty much back in men's clothing, and I grew my facial hair, and I was just myself, and I was more comfortable in my own skin. That is how I feel with this situation. I'm allowing the universe, source, the ancestors, the spiritual realm in general to basically take control of my life while I worry about other things. And it's going well. I feel empowered right now, considering I surpassed those particular tests. I know Satan has a lot of other tests up his sleeves, so I have to be prepared for that. But it's the little things that help in regard to strengthening yourself and preparing for that battle. So I feel good. And on top of that, I spoke with the DMV, and I don't feel good about this, considering my ID expired and I didn't realize it. Remember, I don't have my driver's license. Those were taken January 18th of this year because I was driving under the influence of methamphetamine, blah, blah, blah. I told that story, no need to go into it. But I had to go to the DMV because as of today, I did not realize here in Arizona, if your driver's license is suspended for any particular reason, you have to go in MVD to get a new state ID, which costs $12. But for individuals whom get Social Security income, myself included, you get a freebie. And I thank God I saved $12, and I needed that, considering I had 2 back tires that needed to be changed on my car. But as of today. But anyway, the ID. $12 I didn't really have, so I got it for free. Considering, I am a recipient of Social Security, and my regular ID will come in the mail within about 7 days. Right now, I have a temporary paper ID, which won't even get me into dispensaries in the event that a bitch needs some weed, which I do. But it's cool because I need a little bit of a hiatus from that as well in order to start this detoxing phase from methamphetamine. But yeah, you guys, this is good for me considering the fact that I could be out and I'm in a trigger area as well filming this episode. I'm in the park not too far from my house, and I've seen a group of individuals near the picnic area sitting down, and I'm pretty sure those individuals are more than likely indulging. I didn't stop. I kept going, and I am not even going to go that way when I complete this episode because I don't care. And for me not to even turn around and go back that way to see what they're doing, it makes me feel good. I'm happy about that. So come to find out, via the MVD, I only have one more course to complete, and I have some fines and stuff like that to pay with the NVD, and they need to get my credentials from that other school that I did complete, uploaded in their system, and I will be done. I will get my driver's license back. I still have fines to pay, but that is a court issue or matter, so that has nothing to do with the NVD. So that won't affect me in regard to getting my license back, thank God. So I'm at the halfway point in regard to getting my license back. The only unfortunate thing is those particular classes, or whatever. The one class that I already completed, I have to pay $120 in order to receive my credentials to show that I completed the course and all of that type of stuff. And then this other class that I have to complete, which is a survival something class, which is $160 at the door, $130 if you pay over the phone with your debit card. I can't take that course right now. So, those are going to have to wait. And I have court this month on the 24th, if I'm not mistaken, to show all what I have accomplished along the way. But anyway, once I do have the money, because I'm strapped, after paying for those two back tires to get changed. I had a screw in one, so that definitely had to be changed. And then the other back tire, thank God it did not burst or anything like that. It had a huge bubble in it, and I definitely had to get that one changed. So they didn't have any used tires, so I had to come off of $140 for two brand new tires, which isn't bad at all. They did strike me a deal, plus tax. It was, basically came up to $152 and some change. I only had a couple of $100 in my savings from when I worked at the casino, which I still have to tell you guys that story. After paying, for my tires and, taking care of some other business, I'm pretty much down to the wire in regard to funds. So that means, which is a good thing, because I don't have any money to buy any methamphetamine, and I can just sit and chill and worry about my home front, my podcast, my platforms and things of that particular nature, meditate, do all that stuff, bring forth a job that somewhat aligns with my spiritual path. And I just have a lot of work to do and a lot of energy to utilize during this process. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready for this change. When I go home, last night I made energy catchers, negative energy catchers. If you want to know how to do that, go to my social media platform, YouTube. That's the platform I'm speaking of. And I created a short showing you guys how to do that. Better yet, I can just tell you because it's very simple. Basically, to create negative energy catchers, you boil some hot steaming water and you take mason jars that are empty, or any type of jar that's empty, and you fill it with, not all the way, but you cover you basically cover the bottom of the jar with salt, sea salt. Now, last night, I've done this before with sea salt, but I never use. Let me rephrase. I've done it before using sea salt and kosher salt, but I never use canned pickling salt. So I added all three of those salts to my negative energy catchers last night. And basically, once you fill the jars up, once you fill the bottom of the jars up with salt, you take the steaming hot water and you pour it in those jars rim high. And you take those jars and you set them throughout your living quarters, and you say a ritual or whatever the case may be in order to bless your home and whatever else, and protect it from negative energies. And over time, those jars will crystallize, and they will crystallize from the inside all the way on the outside. And it's awesome how it does this over time. And when I lived in Illinois, I remember having gray to nearly black. Well, I don't want to lie, but it was gray. I guess it was energy that was trapped in one of the catchers, and I was amazed. I mean, there was hair up in them motherfuckers. I mean, it amazed me at how it transformed the energies within my apartment. And it's almost like via a video that was described to me on YouTube. It's like bringing the ocean into your home, because the ocean and or sea naturally cleanses its environment. And you don't really have to do anything, because it just does that naturally. So it's like bringing the ocean into your home, and you can really feel the energies transforming around you. So when I go home, I'm just going to take all three of those salts and mix them together, and I'm going to sprinkle them all throughout my apartment, even the place where I sleep, which is the futon. I'm sprinkling salt all over the place, and I'm going to. This is after I, steam mop and all of that type of stuff. So after I clean up, I'm going to take all three of those salts, just sprinkle them all throughout my apartment, and allow it to sit and penetrate for a week. And after that week, I'm going to vacuum and sweep up all of that negative energy and whatever. You'll be surprised at what you sweep up and what you vacuum, because it really does pick up a lot of trapped energies that you just do not want in your environment. So I'm going to further cleanse tonight in regard to using salts and whatever else the case may be. So I'm on a roll, you guys, in regard to embracing this change that I'm naturally allowing to happen, and it feels good. It really does. Now, before I go, I want to tell you guys that I did upload a few videos on my YouTube platform in regard to what I spoke to y'all about, that centers around possibly being spied upon. And I'm going to upload some more stuff tonight on my YouTube platform, and I may upload them on my Pinterest platform and other platforms as well, just to get this out there, because I don't know what these things are that I picked up via recordings. And I just want to know, am I possibly being spied on, or what the case may be? So I uploaded those on my They Pronounce Me Dead playlist, and there's a short in regard to when I was sitting in the living room on my futon, perfectly still, and recording this light, or these lights that were blinking and disappearing and appearing on my then roommate's smart TV that was unplugged, which was placed in the living room. I hope that came out right. But it did. Let me stop second guessing myself. But the TV was placed in the living room. This was a huge, smart, flat screen TV placed in the living room, and the TV was never plugged in, for lack of better words. And this night that I debugged my apartment using my cell phone, I sat perfectly still in the living room area, and my phone was just drawn to that damn TV. And I seen these blinking lights or whatever that were appearing and disappearing, that were slowly moving, fastly moving. I mean, they were moving at all different paces across the TV. And I uploaded what snippets I could to my social media account on YouTube. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, just go to my YouTube platform. Oh my God, what is my damn platform? Easier said than done. Oh my God, I can't even think right now. But I shared it with you guys before. Easier said than done. Walk in my shoes. Try walking in my shoes or something like that. Easier said than done. And you guys will see that, plus the new uploads that I will share with you guys if I'm not too tired as of tonight. Okay, you guys, I am going to continue to uplift my vibrations, and I want all of my people of addiction and or the non to do the same. Find comfort, peace, and joy doing something that makes you happy, and continue to do that something that makes you happy, whether it's singing or dancing, painting, whatever it is that makes you happy, do it. And enjoy life. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying life. I'm happy that I didn't do any methamphetamine aside from what I did earlier. And honestly, I don't want to do it. I just want to go home and be with you guys and work on my social media platforms and just, yeah. All right, you guys. Namaste. I am D Venom, and this is another episode of Raising Vibrations Podcast.